Bear with me real quick. I check the quality of everything, make sure everything is solid before I get officially started. I pray nobody minds. Nice and clear. All right, Shalom Israel, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Barakatah, to all the brothers out there, Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, the Thun, but Shem Yahushua, to all the sisters out there, the nation of Israel. We are the ISUPK, starting out of 1 West 120th Street, Harlem, New York. And since 1969, we have been educating all blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians on their true identity according to the Bible. What is that identity? You are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. And because you have such an important identity, you have a culture, you have a responsibility to God. You have a responsibility to your children. You have a responsibility to yourself to uphold the covenant of your forefathers. You see what I'm saying? But only and only if it's important to you to get the foot of the oppressor off of your neck. You see what I'm saying? Only if you want your children, you want your sons and your daughters to inherit the earth. And what do I mean by inherit the earth? Who can tell me? Go ahead.
Rulership over and being first class citizen.
Absolutely. Being first class, I like that. Being first class citizens of the, I'm really a first class citizen. I'm like I'm like a 52nd class citizen right now. I'm not first. You know what I'm saying? But the day is gonna come someday. God damn it. I'm joking, of course. But I get what I'm saying. We want to be first class citizens of the earth. You see what I'm saying? You know that thing that only white people nowadays get to execute, nepotism. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple Israelites out there that can bring their kids into the fold, but nepotism is something that only those that inherit the earth can take advantage of. You see what I'm saying? Where your sons and their sons and their sons and so on and so forth, they're going to be wealthy. They're going to have the presence of God. They're going to live on the fat of the land. You see what I'm saying? They're going to have all of those things. You want to know why? Because you decided to make a choice here today. You decided to be different than everybody else. You decided to turn your back on the ways of the world and face your true culture, which is what? That you are Israelite. That we shouldn't be eating pork. That we shouldn't be eating lobster. That we shouldn't be celebrating birthdays. And we shouldn't be celebrating Christmas, right? Who remember that first time you took the Christmas tree out your house? Oh, God. Who remembers that? That first time you got to go home and you're like, yeah, we ain't doing this Christmas thing no more. Your wife's like, what the hell are you talking about, nigga? And what have you done with Jeremy? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever your name once was. But that's the things that we need to do because we learn that the reason that we so oppressed and the reason that our enemies are able to, what's the word? Prevail over us as they do, is because our power, our God, our authority is not in our corner. Why is it not in our corner? Because we prefer to celebrate Christmas, which is the acknowledgement of another false deity. We prefer to celebrate our birthdays. That's the one that get a lot of people. You can celebrate Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, okay, that's genocide. That makes sense. Christmas, okay, that's not really Jesus' birthday. That makes sense. But you can't celebrate your birthday either. They'd be like, oh, I can't celebrate my birthday. What the hell are you talking about? Why is giving up our birthday so hard for so many people to do? What is it about a birthday? You know what I'm saying? I mean, so many people, they'll give up Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, but they're going to celebrate their birthday. It's fake. It's a lot of fake Israelites that celebrate their birthday. And then when they stop celebrating their birthday, you know what they celebrate? They celebrate the day that they came into the truth, as they call it. They start celebrating that because I was born again on this day. This is my, why do you need a birthday? Who can tell me? What is it about a birthday that people need to just acknowledge it? Yo, man.
I think, man, it stems from people's vanity. People, their self-worship. People want to idolize and put themselves on a pedestal, like, you know what I mean? I think that's where it stems from. It's pride, really. It's their pride, their vanity, self-worship. A mixture of those things.
That's exactly what it is, and that's exactly why we should not celebrate our birthday, because if we're gonna exalt ourselves, what can't we do? What can't we be doing? Go ahead.
Exalting the Most High.
We can't be exalting the Most High. It's that simple. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because you're saying happy birthday to you. You see what I'm saying? You're celebrating you. When who the hell are you? Why are you breathing? Why are you making it another day around the sun? Why are you doing any of that? Right? Who can give me the precept on why we shouldn't celebrate birthdays? Who knows? It's in the Bible. If anybody didn't know. It's two precepts I'll take. Anybody online? Also, this is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. We here in ISUPK Las Vegas at 1239 East Charleston Boulevard. Anybody can join us online. You can join us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? We will be here teaching Brotherhood classes, love classes, and scripture breakdown classes. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. But if anybody has any questions, please feel free to type them in online or raise your hand and ask in the class. I'm going to answer to the best of my ability, all right? But go ahead. You got a precept for me?
God.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1.
Please.
A good name is better than precious ointment.
Go ahead.
And the day of death than the day of one's birth.
And the what?
And the day of death, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
What does that mean? Break that down. What is that saying to you? And why did you pull that to say don't celebrate your birthday?
I would like to say, like, going back to what I said earlier about, pride and vanity, it's important to remember who our power is and to stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this world, in this kingdom, it's easy to go and have a good time and be distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another, like you said, they give away Thanksgiving and all these other pagan holidays, but that birthday, that's just something, that's a huge stumbling block that a lot of people deal with. And I read that to say that we just got to remain humble, and keep the perspective of who our power is.
Everything you're saying is true, but it's not really answering the question. And what I mean by that is, okay, read that scripture again.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment.
What does that mean? What does it mean to have a good name? What does it mean that a good name is better than precious ointment? What does ointment do? What do you use ointment for? Go ahead.
For healing.
For healing. For damn near everything. For soothing, pain. You see what I'm saying? That's why Christian pastors are so dangerous today. Why? Because they're believed to have a good name. So what do we naturally do? We who have been beaten and battered, you see what I'm saying? And abused and grinded down in the powder by our enemies, who do we go to for ointment? We go to these Christian pastors seeking some type of relief. You see what I'm saying? And what do? Instead of giving you the surgery that you might need, because the Bible is surgical. You see what I'm saying? The Bible is extremely complex. It's a surgical procedure. It's not something that's going to feel good when you open it up. You see what I'm saying? But what do the Christian pastors do? They give you all of the drugs that's going to make you feel better without giving you any of the treatment that's going to actually heal you and help you get better. But having a good name is extremely valuable. Having a good name, having a good reputation is more powerful than precious ointment. Because precious ointment is going to heal you, it's going to soothe you, it's going to do all of those things. But guess what? I can depend on you, brother. I can rely on you. And guess what that is nowadays in America? Right? You see what I'm saying? That's hard to find. It's hard to find dependable and respectable people that I can trust around my children. Why? Because 480,000 child molestations occur every single year in America. Why? Because 525,000 sexual assaults occur every single year in America. Guess what percentage of them go solved? Guess what percent? About 10, about 10% of the reported 500 plus thousand. Over 90%. Somebody can fact check me on that if you want to. Over 90%, 80 to 90% of sexual assaults go unsolved every single year. And this just keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going. And guess what? We hear about this. And we already have people that been, broken and beat up enough. So now we become angry. We become untrusting. But guess what? What I told you, that's exactly what white people want. For us to not trust each other, to not want to rely on each other. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's extremely important that you be somebody with a good reputation. That you be somebody powerful. Where I know that if I have my son right now, I drop him off with Maurice. I know I'm good. I'm not tripping. Maurice, he's with Maurice. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? If anything, what's the first thing that people do when something goes wrong? I'm talking about in the world. Let's say something goes wrong. What's the first thing a worldly person would do? Oh, go ahead, sis. But you know what? Yes, you're right. That's not what I was going to say. But she's right. The first thing a person would do when something goes wrong is panic. But it's something more specific I'm looking for. Something more on topic with okay. Let's say something goes wrong and you don't trust anybody. What will you do? Go ahead.
You would try to figure it out yourself or keep it to yourself.
That's true, but not the answer I'm looking for. I'll give it to you for time's sake. You're gonna point the finger at everybody. You're gonna blame everybody else except for you. You see what I'm saying? And that's why having a good reputation is so important. That's why it's so important to our enemies that we don't trust anybody. YOLO, believe in you, and think all the things that they preach to us. You're better than everyone, and believe in yourself, and no one will respect what you say anyway, so just do you, and you can't trust anybody but you, right? That's the society we grow up in nowadays. Why? Because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. But imagine you have a good reputation, and God forbid something goes wrong while you with my child and you watching my child. Guess what I won't do? I won't say it's your fault. You wanna know why? Because you have a good reputation. That's more precious than oil. And I know that whatever happened, it couldn't have been on you. What if we loved each other enough to think like that? What if we cared about each other enough for that to be our first instinct? That when something goes wrong, we think that, okay, this might be something that we need to band together as a village, as people like to say, right? To solve the problem. As opposed to, I knew I shouldn't trust that nigga over there, or you know what I'm saying? That bitch, I knew that, but she said this and said that. I shouldn't have. That's the first thing we do when someone passes away. You know how terrible that is? Read the other part. We're gonna get to the death.
God. And the day of death,
birth. The day of death is greater than the day of one's birth. Why? Go ahead, Sue. No. I understand what you're saying, but no. Because, okay, we live in hell, but you could escape it. You see what I'm saying? And death is not an escape from hell. You see what I'm saying? Because you could be born back into hell. And I was like, God damn it, you ever see that meme where it's like the kid get born into the poor family and he crying, he's looking like, God damn it, I'm escaping from doing this. I do this all over again for 95 more years. Like, you see what I'm saying? That isn't an escape from hell. That's what the Bible tells you, to not fear just the man that can destroy your body, to fear the one that can destroy your body and your spirit in hell. Paraphrase, for example. You see what I'm saying? Because you can repeat the same cycle over and over again. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Why is the day of your death greater than the day of your birth. Why does the Bible say it? Remember, we're talking about reputation. Go ahead. That's a hint.
Is it like that saying, like, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees? Is it kind of like going into that, like,
Okay.
I'd rather die having honor and a good reputation than living and being not respected?
It's a story in the Apocrypha. One of my favorite people of all time in biblical history. His name is Eleazar. You see what I'm saying? You can find the story in the Maccabees. And Eleazar was about a 97-year-old man, if I'm not mistaken. And he was living in the time of King Xerxes. And Xerxes wanted, well, this is right before the reign, it might have been the first Xerxes, like 40 Xerxes that reign. And basically, Xerxes demanded that on this particular holiday, everybody eat pork. You see what I'm saying? Everybody eat pork on this day. And when that day came, Eleazar, being a just man, right, who was an Israelite, who knew about his culture, he refused to eat the pork because it was a sin. I break this down like what, 13 times a year ago. I always go into this. I love the story so much. But long story short, he ended up dying because of what you just said. Because he would rather die on his feet and live on his knees. However, that's not the answer I'm looking for. I said all that to say that. But the saying was so powerful. I have to give you credit. This is not a precept about white people. This isn't a precept about overcoming. This precept is genuine wisdom. Like a lot of the Ecclesiastes. A lot of the Ecclesiastes is genuine wisdom. What is the Bible? What is the Bible for? It's just instruction. It's history and it's knowledge so that we can know how to act and how not to act, how we ought to be and how we ought not to be. See what I'm saying? But I'll give it to you for time's sake. Read that last part again. Or read it from the top. Why not?
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. Mm-hmm. A good name is better than precious ointment.
A good name is far better than precious ointment. Keep reading.
And the day of death than the day of one's birth.
The day of your death is better than the day of one's birth. You know why? Because the day of your death, what's going to happen? What happens on the day of your death? Go ahead.
You're celebrating.
Wait, hold on. Say that. Say it. People what? Yeah, but at the end, it's like, what's wrong with celebrating your birthday? If you're going to gather together and celebrate you, why I can't do that while you're alive? So that's not how you want to word that. I put it to you this way. And I know this from actual experience. Death brings people together. That's what. You see what I'm saying? Your death is going to unite more people than your birth. Think about how many cousins you got that's born all the time. You never met them. You might send a text, hey, congratulations, cousin. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? But let that baby die. And it be somebody you actually cared about. Let grandma. Anybody grandmother ever passed away? I lost 3 of them. You see what I'm saying? What happens when grandma passes? Family you ain't seen in decades come together. Family you ain't seen family you never thought you would see again. They pop back up. Why? Because something bigger than my problems happened that needs my attention. You see what I'm saying? That's why the day of your death is better than the day of your birth. Don't celebrate your birth. You see what I'm saying? Now, does that mean we should celebrate when someone dies? Is that what you're saying? No. Because God is the God of the living, not the God of the dead, right? We remember our fallen. And what should we not do when someone passes away? Point the finger at each other. Because that's what everyone does when something goes wrong. Somebody passes away, the first thing people do is start blaming. Why? Because that's what we're taught to do. We're taught to believe that our way is all the way right, and everybody else's way is all the way wrong. You see what I'm saying? When you don't know a God, man, you know nothing. I know nothing. I only know what's in this Bible. I only know what the Lord told me to understand. I don't understand anything outside of that. You see what I'm saying? I only have instructions on how to be versus how I shouldn't be because my ancestors followed the word of God. And he told them to leave us this God. That's it. You see what I'm saying? The last thing you should do when someone passes away is say it's anyone's fault. You know what you should do? You should remember them. You should appreciate, you should think about the thing that they told you that was probably very important. That piece of wisdom they might have gave you. That was probably very important. You should think about that. You see what I'm saying? Because that was a gift. Wisdom is a gift. That's why you should pray for wisdom and knowledge and understanding. This is a gift from God. And guess what? That's why you should respect your mother and your father. You should respect your elders. Why? They have wisdom that you can only dream of. What are we taught to do? We taught to not respect our elders. We taught to not respect the generations before us. They don't understand. And there's certain things that's going on nowadays in our generation they don't understand. Right? But why not teach them? Why hate them for that? Why hate them for having to live in a time they didn't grow up in? You see what I'm saying? No one can answer that question until they die. Then that same grandmother and grandfather that you have not spoken to in 3 years, now you're crying. And you're regretting the fact that you was not there for them. And now what do? You're blaming yourself. Because now you're wondering if you answering her call just a little bit more, just a couple more times, could have prolonged her days through happiness. And maybe it could have. But guess what? You never would have evaluated yourself to even grow that much without her passing away. Go ahead. Let me hear it. This is the book of Proverbs. The what? The memory of the justice. How do we know that? Because of this book. You can any answer anybody could have gave would have been incorrect. But one of the biggest reasons we know is because of this book. The memories of those that were just blessed. What's the number one selling book on the planet in 2026 right now? What's the number one selling book? Who knows? Who knows what the number one selling book of all time on the planet is? Still in 2026. Does anybody know? Go ahead. The Bible? Give him a hand. Why? Because read that from the top. This is the book. This is the book of Proverbs. Go ahead. The memory of the just is blessed. Because the memory of the just is blessed. Because you're gonna hear about Moses. You're gonna hear about Jesus Christ and Peter and Elijah. You see what I'm saying? And Eleazar. You feel me? You're gonna hear about John the Revelator. You're gonna hear about John the Baptist. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna hear about all of those people. You're gonna hear about Abraham and Isaac. You're gonna hear about Reuben and Naphtali. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're gonna hear about them. Why? Because their memory is gonna be blessed. That's why we hear about Job. Raise your hand if you heard the story of Job. See, everybody. Why? Because the memory of the just are blessed. Their memory is gonna carry on far past your memory, far past the day that you die. And guess what? Sometimes you got to pass for you to truly appreciate the things they've done. It shouldn't be like that, but sometimes that's the reality of it, right? If you're a sports fan, you know Kobe passed. That was a dark day. It's been a day. If you do anything like me, Jesus Christ, I wanted Christ to come back right then. You see what I'm saying? I was like, something has to change now. This is crazy. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. That's the point, right? But if you're a sports fan, you know that even certain athletes, they aren't appreciated the way they should be while they live, and they appreciate it more when they pass. Because now it's like, damn, now they're gone. You know what I'm saying? But keep reading. Is that the end of that, or was it more? Go ahead. But the name of the wicked shall rot. But the name of the wicked shall what? Shall rot. Shall what? Shall rot. Give me the name of the wicked that's rotting right now. does it mean that the name of the wicked shall rise? Before you give me a name, what does it mean that the name of the wicked shall rise? Go ahead.
Over time, their name is going to it's going to tarnish. You know what I'm saying? Like the more people bring it up, the more negative will be remembered when they are as opposed to like you said, Job. When we think of Job, we think of the righteous.
It's a term. It's a real simple term, and you're correct. But go ahead.
They'll be erased from history. Like they
No, that's not it. Because one thing about wicked people, they'll never be erased from history. They're immortalized too. But their name is right. What does that mean? It's a term. Their name is getting what? The name is getting. Yeah, you give him a hand. Goddamn. Their name is getting constantly dragged through the mud. Adolf Hitler to this day. You mentioned Hitler. Oh God, they hate that nigga, don't they? They hate Hitler. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to jail for what's the sign? Somebody do it. See, I call the police on you niggas now. They're gonna take me for doing this. They're gonna take me first because they're gonna come. It's evidence. You know what I'm saying? But they hate Hitler so bad they will take him to. He will go to jail. You will go to jail tonight for representing him. You see what I'm saying? Who else? You have another name, or you gonna say Hitler? Oh, okay. I have another one. That's more recent. Who can read my mind? That's far more recent. McGaw. Charlie Kirk. You see what I'm saying? His name is constantly dragged through the absolute ringer. Why? Because what was he? He was an unjust man. And the names of unjust people, they rot. They get dragged through the mud. They get disrespected after their passing. And you're going to be remembered by the man you were on the day of your death. Does that make sense? That's why the day of your death is more important than the day you're born. Because you can do a lot of things in your life. But guess how people are going to remember you? Who you were when you died. Who you were the last time they experienced you. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're going to remember you at. Go ahead. You have something? And by the way, it's still a precept for the birthday. We were talking about birthdays and why birthdays are wrong. We didn't even get to that shit. But go ahead. Mm-hmm. How did she die? She died today, right? 89, 88, they said? She's like 80 years old. If I'm not mistaken, she died of old age. Now, what should you not do when someone dies?
We should rejoice over their death.
For what? What's her name again? Is Dolly Parton your enemy? Is that my enemy? She is the devil that made you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up and be like, yeah, Dolly Parton's dead. Why? She's just a simple white devil that passed away. But that's not who we fighting against, is it? I'm wrestling against principalities. I want all of America to burn to the ground. That's my goal. I'm much worse. I'm way worse. You see what I'm saying? I want to see the world burn. I want to see America fall. I want to see the U.S. dollar collapse. That's what I'm looking for. And if you are, now there's nothing wrong with you being happy over, I don't want to say there's nothing wrong, because in my opinion it is. But it's not a sin to be happy over, any Edomite's death, because they all oppressors. You see what I'm saying? But I'll say, like I was taught, you're very childish. If Dolly Parton's death is like bringing you some sense of, you know what I'm saying, strength. The hell does that mean? The bitch lived a full life. Ain't like she died in her youth. It's not like she died the way Charlie Kirk died. She didn't die at the hands of evil, like the Bible said. When it's evil done in the city, You see what I'm saying? The Lord has done it. That's not how she died. She lived a long, successful life in America and then passed away. That's not a victory for me. That means nothing to me. Me and the brother was talking earlier. We was talking about Hulk Hogan. You know who Hulk Hogan is? When Hulk Hogan died, I was seeing fake Israelites everywhere. Rest in peace. Hulk Hogan, he said nigger. He said nigger. I was like, well, damn, that would have been a lot more powerful if he would have died while he was like in the prime of his career or something. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? What is Hulk Hogan's death gonna do for my people that's strung out on drugs? For my people that's in the ghetto wondering how the hell they're gonna feed their children tomorrow. For my sisters in Sin City that they don't know how the hell they're gonna feed their kids, so they going out and they're selling their bodies because they don't know how they can provide for their children to keep the roof over their head. What is that gonna do for them? Because Hulk Hogan died. Dolly, what's her name? Dolly Parton. What is that gonna do? Nothing. So I don't see what to celebrate. You know what you should say if you don't know what the hell to say when someone passes away? Who can tell me what you should say? Who knows? Go ahead. That's very wise. But let's say you're the type of nigga that don't say something. What should you say? I agree that nothing is the wisest thing. You know what the hell to say? Shut your mouth. Just be quiet. Yeah. But that's something that we just have such a problem with doing. What we just didn't talk sometimes? The world would be so much better if a lot of the time we just do not be quiet. You know what I'm saying? We can fix a lot of issues like that by just shutting our mouths. But you must speak. You must be heard. We talk to open Facebook and give our thoughts on everything. We talk to open social media and give our thoughts on everything, every platform. You see what I'm saying? So what should you say if you got to say something? Go ahead. I see you, sis. Go ahead, sis. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at anybody that says condolences to anyone's family. I wouldn't be mad at that. I don't give a damn who they were. Condolences to the family. They're hurting right now. Condolences. You see what I'm saying? Now the answer I was looking for was, that's terrible. That's terrible. Damn, Dolly Parton died? That's terrible. Hulk Hogan died? That's terrible. Charlie Kirk? Ooh, that's terrible. Was it not terrible? I thought his neck, it exploded like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who watches anime? It was like an anime scene, you know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk was wicked bad, so I could joke a little bit about that. But y'all get what I'm saying. Their proper response, that was a terrible thing that happened because it was. Because who took their life? A terrible power. Paraphrase. That's what we serve. We serve a terrible power. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord does terrible things. Who the hell are you to celebrate? Why it can't happen to you? Does bad things happen to God's chosen people? Yeah, nigga. Bad things happen to God's chosen people all the time. But we're not counting events. Don't be so small in your wisdom and in your knowledge of the Bible and what it is you're seeking going forward that you celebrate events. I don't want to celebrate this event. I want to celebrate the destruction of the land. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to celebrate. I want to look forward to the day that the sky turns dark and no one knows why. I want to look forward to the day that nuclear bombs start going on. And no one was prepared. But guess who was prepared? The people that turned their back on the culture of America and turned their face to the culture of God. You're going to be expecting it. You're not going to have time nor day, of course, right? But you're going to be expecting it. You want to know why? You're going to be looking for it every goddamn day. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead. And then somebody give me Jeremiah 20:14 so we can get the birthday preset. And there's one other one too. But everybody's familiar with I despise your feast days and I will not smell me inside of sin. Is everybody familiar with that? Everyone's heard that before? Oh. I'll prove if you need, but you know, your birthday is a feast. feast day, but that's just not enough to kill a Christian, is it? Right? But go ahead. Say something that you're going to put on scripture.
So in the day where, this was in, destruction is happening, it's like, obviously the Lord don't change, right? Like, so is it gonna be similar to how it was in Egypt, but how we were in the land of Goshen, and it was safety in the land of Goshen? Like, is that how it's gonna be here, like, to where, like, there's gonna be pockets to where we're safe, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so if you search, so for example, this is scripture, right? Somebody pull it from, we talk about 1,000 shall fall on this side, this many on that side. I'm gonna paraphrase it, let somebody want to pull it up specifically. But what's gonna happen is war is gonna break out. You see what I'm saying? Someday soon. The Bible talks about you seeing wars and hearing rumors of wars, right? We're hearing about that every day if you pay attention to the news at all. You see what I'm saying? But then it just doesn't quite go there. Right, you hear about Israel, Palestine, America getting involved, the Russians saying what they're gonna do, what Putin said, if I don't win the war, nobody's gonna win. I'll do everything. Y'all remember all that, right? And then it's like, oh, here it comes, World War III, and it just doesn't quite happen. You know what I'm saying? You wanna know why? Because Christ said he's gonna come like a thief in the night. When we start hearing of these things, know that the end is near. That's why we can say the confidence in time might come in our generation, in this generation, because the first will pass. The second will pass, and the third will come in. Third will come in. Y'all niggas gotta read your Bible. The third will come in quickly. You see what I'm saying? That's what the scripture said. But it's all talking about third. It's all talking about world war. Woe means destruction. Right? World War I passed. World War II passed. World War III is on its way. That's what the Bible's talking about when it says it. I'll probably do a breakdown of that on different worlds. However, you want to always remember that if you serve God, you're going to be protected from these things. Now, what's the ultimate protection? A ticket on the chariots. Because, the skies going to crack open, right? The whirlwind. Who can give me, somebody give me that. The whirlwind open. What, did you find that scripture? About 1,000 followers? Oh, come on. See, give a raw that. He wants to be the ball want to be up here hella bad teaching classes, so he's kind of like, go ahead. If you don't mind, I'll take some as well. Go ahead.
Chapter 20, beginning at verse 14.
Go ahead. Oh, no. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for the scripture for what the brother was talking about. Yes.
This is the book of Psalm.
I'm mad that you knew what scripture I was looking for, though. So thank you for pulling Jeremiah, or rather, thank you for nothing. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 91, beginning at verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side.
So this is what's going to happen in the last days. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be times where 1,000 people might fall at this side, and at that side, and in front of you and beside you. And what is that talking about? Is it literal? Is it literal? This can be literal. But what else can this be? This can also be metaphorical. This is what we call twofold. You see what I'm saying? But this is talking about a lot of different ways to fall off. You right? This is talking about a lot of different ways that people can die. Is it literally going to be at your right? It could be at your left. It could be in front of you. It could be behind you. But imagine nuclear warfare taking place, right? And a bomb strikes next door as opposed to striking this building. And everybody over there dies. Not here. You want to know why? Because we're under what? What does the Bible call it? We're under the veil of protection. You see what I'm saying? That's what serving God is going to grant you. You're going to be under that banner of the veil of protection. You see what I'm saying? So everybody around you is going to start falling off and dying. You feel me? Go ahead.
What verse was that?
Read it from again from the top.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 91, beginning at verse 7.
Please.
1,000 shall fall at thy side.
Now 1,000 might fall at thy side. Keep reading.
And 10,000 at thy right hand.
You're gonna be looking this way, people gonna be dying over there, people gonna be dying over here. Now, understand this might be happening now. Every time you look, you ever meet somebody and they like, every time I look up, somebody else that I know and love is passing away. Every time I look up, somebody else that I know and love got cancer, or they got this, or they got that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because 1,000 is gonna fall at that right side and not that left side. You see what I'm saying? Hey, get that brother in here. What's the young brother's name again? Tell my nephew name. Give Angel a hand. You know what's beautiful to me? Let me tell you what's beautiful to me. He comes in here and it's like, it just feels like home for him. That's the spirit of God. I hope y'all understand. That's the spirit of the Lord. Because you know what kids are normally? And I don't know if this is normally him. You might be like, nigga, he's never like that. But normally, kids are like uncomfortable when they're somewhere new. They don't sit in the background. They don't know how to act. But him, he running through this mud like, this is my house. You wanna know why? Someday, he's gonna have charge over all of this. You see what I'm saying? The day's gonna come where Angel's gonna have more authority than anybody that sits here this week. That's what he gonna have. You see what I'm saying? How old is he? He's 4 years old. Yeah, he already better than your Christian pastor. He's 4 years old. He already better than T.D. Jakes. He already better than Eddie Long. He already better than Charlie Kirk. You see what I'm saying? You want to know why? God is with him. I see people all the time that come in here for the first time, and they 54, they 49, and they hearing that they are Israelites for the first time. This brother is 4 years old. Get Angel on him. He must have been a powerful descendant. The fact that he's in here right now at his age. He better than everybody in this room. I hope y'all know that. Y'all know that, right? I don't got to prove it biblically. Okay, keep reading.
But it shall not come nigh thee.
But what?
It shall not come nigh thee.
But what?
It shall not come nigh thee.
What shall not come nigh thee? Death. Death. So to answer your question, in those times, we might be here with a nuclear bomb drop. Seeing people die left and right, people we love. For some reason, you just keep on getting lucky, don't you? That's what Christians like to call it. That's what people say. Just keep getting lucky. You see what I'm saying? I think it's also in the book of Jeremiah that talks about the world being open. See what I'm saying? And all of those chariots coming out of the sky. And the children of Israel being up into those chariots, right? That's what's gonna happen next. To answer your question. Once everything do go to hell and do break out, we gonna be saved by the Bible calls it the fire of archers. Let's talk about nuclear missiles. Imagine you're, Isaiah or Jeremiah or Daniel, and you're getting a vision in the future, right? Technology you never witnessed before, and you're seeing missiles shoot through the sky, but they're on fire. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? You see a missile before it hit. They like it's like an archer, it's like an arrow, but it's on fire. This is an archer of a fire archer. That's how they describe it. You see what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a certain people that deliver from the fire of archers. Who can give me that precept? Judges. It's gonna be in the book of Judges. Judges 5 and 11. Somebody pull that from me quickly.
The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
They that are delivered from the noise of archers.
From the what?
From the noise of archers.
From the noise of archers. This is a prophecy about the last day. There's gonna be a certain people that's delivered from the noise of archers. Why? Because those are loud archers. Those archers are making a lot of noise when they strike. Boom, bam. You know what I'm saying? They're bombs. And they describe them the best way they know how. But this is talking about World War III. There's going to be certain people that's delivered to the noise of archers. Go ahead.
Now, God, in the places of drawing water.
In the places of where?
Of drawing water.
What does that mean, the places of drawing water? What is that talking about? Go ahead.
The place of our captivity.
Yeah. Why? Just like in the book of Ezekiel. You know what I'm saying? I think I probably pulled this last week, so I'm not gonna pull it again. Where it was talking about this great tree with bowls controlling the water. See what I'm saying? And how this city that had control over the water controlled everything. Well, this is the place of drawing water. The water is going to draw near. You see what I'm saying? Why? Everyone has to rely on the river. Just like in the wilderness, animals follow what? The water. Just like people, we follow who has control of the water. Because the water represents life. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Shall come. There shall they rehearse.
They shall what?
There shall they rehearse.
They shall what?
Rehearse
Go ahead.
the righteous acts of the Lord.
What is the righteous act of the Lord? There shall they rehearse of the righteous act of the Lord. I quote this scripture all the time. My classes. All the time. This is the righteous act of the Lord. Give yourselves a hand. Hey, what day of the week is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. You know where you can be? Guess where you can be? Anywhere. You see what I'm saying? You can be anywhere right now doing anything. You're in Sin City for goddamn. But you chose to be here. Why? Because you cared about learning about your biblical culture. September 11th, 2026, at 1239 East Charleston Boulevard. We're going to be here at 7 p.m. Why? Because we're going to be rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. Because the Lord told us in the book of Leviticus chapter 23 that we should never forget the memorial of the blowing of trumpets.
Yeah.
So guess what? We're going to be here breaking it down, going into it, reading in Hebrew, saying prayers, feasting. You see what I'm saying? Doing all of those different things. Why? Because we care enough about our culture. We are dignified enough in our history to do so and turn our backs on everyone else. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
God, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel.
In what?
In Israel.
In what?
In Israel.
Because that's the goal. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to go back to. Home. Home. You see what I'm saying? I wake up every goddamn day and I look around and I look at all my people destroyed and depressed and struggling. You see what I'm saying? And I just want to go home. That's why I don't respect anybody that claims that they know they're an Israelite, but guess what they don't? Guess what they don't want to do? Guess what they won't do? Put them back from here. Want to know why? Because they're not tired of me. Because the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1 tells us to gather together, O nation, not Zion. What the hell makes you think that we're going to have the ability to escape our captivity? You know what it is? People have it in their head that they're waiting on God to come back. That's the problem with our people. People think that they're waiting on Christ to come back. That couldn't be further from the truth. We are not waiting on Christ to come back. What are we waiting on? We're not waiting on Christ. So what are we waiting on? Who knows? Go ahead.
We wait on people to come together and really be tired of oppression, not be comfortable in captivity.
Yes, but no. Why do I say that? Because, okay, if you want to be a fisher of men, you're not waiting on me. It's almost a trick question. What are we waiting on? Nothing. I'm waiting on you. See what I'm saying? We're waiting on us. See what I'm saying? I'm not waiting on my people to come together. Why the hell would they do that? The little man gunned down bro cousin in 2005. Why would they come together if you don't do anything to make them come together? Why would they come together if they've been at odds for all of these years, waiting on each other to come together? You see what I'm saying? We are fishing our people. You want to know why? Because Christ is waiting on us. Not waiting on Christ. That's a misconception. That we waiting on Christ to come back. We just sitting here, and when Christ come back, y'all gonna see. No, Christ is gonna come back, and he's gonna look in the eyes and say, "I've never known you, because you did not follow up the 9 You didn't gather together with your people under one man, under one baptism, under one faith." You see what I'm saying? You didn't do that. You felt like you could hold Passover at home. What the hell is that? Nigga, you celebrating your birthday. Whenever I say fake, it's like, hey, you celebrate Passover in your living room. You see what I'm saying? And I've done this before when I didn't know no better. So don't feel, anybody in here that might have done that, don't feel the type of way. Because I've done it, nigga. But you ain't doing, you might as well be celebrating your birthday. If you're celebrating Passover in your living room. Because worship Passover be celebrated with everybody. If you're not going where everybody else is going, you're not celebrating Passover. You're celebrating with you. And you're looking for self-exoneration. I celebrate Passover. No. I want to be able to say, we celebrate Passover. We acknowledge the memorial blowing the trumpets. We acknowledge the Feast of Purim. We acknowledge the Feast of Tabernacles. You see what I'm saying? I want to be able to say we did all of those things because we came into this captivity together. Guess how we're going to leave? Come on. It's that simple. Christ is waiting on us to decide that we've had enough. But Christ ain't gonna lift the finger for us when we too busy celebrating ourselves, celebrating Christmas, celebrating birthdays, celebrating Thanksgiving. You see what I'm saying? We too busy getting high and eating crab boils. That's another thing that got niggas in trouble. Don't let a nigga just meet a new girl and she want to go somewhere on a date for the first time. What does she want? A crab boil. And you like, man, I didn't spoke against it. I don't believe in this no more, but this all she want to eat. And niggas fold and won't come in here over shellfish. You see what I'm saying? That's how much we love America. That's how much we don't care about our own inheritance, as we read earlier. That's how much we don't care about our own success, about our own future. We will let shell food stop us from getting our inheritance. It's successful. Is it not successful? Yeah. But somebody give me Jeremiah 20:14. I think that's the scripture. Is that it? Is that the birthday scripture? Jeremiah 20:14? That brother might know better than me. But somebody pull that for me. And if there's any questions in the room, I'll take them in a second. I didn't even get to Ruth yet, did I? We never talked about it. And y'all not mad at me. I apologize. We're going to get to Ruth in a second. Go ahead and hear.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 20, verse 14. Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
What?
Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
What's that first word?
Curse.
Oh my God. Curse. What's the word for curse? Forbid, punish. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
Keep reading.
Let not the day wherein my mother bare me.
Let not the day wherein my mother bare me. Go ahead.
Be blessed.
Be what?
Be blessed.
Be what?
Be blessed.
Why do Christians not know the scripture? Why have Christians never read the scripture? Why have some people online never heard of the scripture until right now? Because they don't care about. We care about living our best life in America, being comfortable here in America. That's what we care about. We prioritize ourselves to the American dream. If you try to live the American dream, you are a sinner against God. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what the American dream is. The American dream is Black people's nightmare. The American dream is Hispanics' nightmare. The American dream is indigenous people's nightmare. How do I know? Ask me when America was great. Who can tell me? Great again. When the hell was America great? It was great when he was in chains, brother, sister. It was great when we being infected with smallpox. It was great when the indigenous people's hair was getting cut off and they were being killed and burned and buried under the churches. That's when America was great. You know why? Because they felt like they was enforcing their rights to our land. They felt like they was enforcing and standing on business. That's what they felt like. They don't want to follow our culture. We will make clean riddance of them. And guess what? When they made enough clean riddance of the rebellions against their culture, and people started to bend the knee, guess what they felt like? God. That's what they felt like. They felt powerful at that point. You see what I'm saying? They felt like, damn, we're accomplishing something here. Because these people live their entire existence, their entire society without us. But guess what? Now they're going to serve the white Jesus Christ. Now they're going to celebrate Christmas. You see what I'm saying? Now they're going to celebrate all of these other things that they never once celebrated. And what can feel more empowering than that? You see what I'm saying? So like, what can be more empowering than that? Than bending another society to your will. That's what they mean when they say make America great again. Why do you think white people love Donald Trump? Because he's making you bend your knee to the ideology of America every single day. That's what he's doing. See what I'm saying? It's like I hope I answered your question. You asked that question like an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? We kind of bounced around a little bit. We got another question though. What was the question again, McGaw? Revelations. Go ahead.
We know that the image that we described in Revelation 9 is mandatory things like that, Babylon, Persia. So I'm wondering, like, is that did the author, who we know John, did he describe that specifically for us because we know America is Babylon, or I want to break down because I never got.
Somebody give me Revelations 9:1.
Okay. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded.
The how many?
And the fifth angel sounded.
How many?
Fifth.
So this is the fifth angel. Who are the other four angels? First of all, what is this talking about in Revelations? And I'm gonna break this down as best of my ability. I know the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna break it down to like the 99% of my capacity. You know what I'm saying? But I'll break down what I can and then tell you what I don't know. is that fair for everybody? All right, no sir. So this is the fifth angel. First of all, what is the majority of Revelation describing? Who knows? You need that to understand anything that's said in Revelation. Go ahead.
Christ returning, destruction of America, Babylon, and the salvation of God's
The last days.
Yeah, the last day.
The last days. See what I'm saying? Now, the last days can be Christ cracking the sky. It could be before Christ cracked the sky. You see what I'm saying? Why do I say that? Because we in the last days now. You see what I'm saying? And this is the revelation of Christ. Things that's going to happen when Christ comes. Things are going to happen leading up to when Christ comes. And what's happening in the book of Revelation as far as John the Revelator? Where was John? While he was seeing all of those things. You know, in prison. Oh, was that what you were going to say?
He was in prison in the island.
Oh my God! Yeah, Patmos. Patmos. Yeah. Why? For being a disciple of Christ. And the entire point of the book of Revelation is John was in such torment, being on that island, being secluded on that island, right? He was given comfort. And don't worry, you're gonna get the last laugh. Don't worry, you are gonna come out on top of all of this. You see what I'm saying? That's the point of Revelation. Everything John the Revelator wrote, that's what it was about. He was loyal to the end. He got in prison, and And he spent in his last days, every time he would sleep, sometimes while he was awake, he would have visions of the future. Of don't worry, this is what's coming, and you are going to be remembered. You're going to be a part of this. You are going to be brought back and reap the benefits of this, right? Now, Revelations 9 and 1, right? Read that again. Now you got a little context.
Come. Book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven.
And the fifth angel sounded, right? Meaning there's four other angels before this. You have the angel that came down and put one foot on the water, one foot on the land. You had another angel that came down with a little book, and so on and so forth, right? This angel came down, right? Go ahead.
And I saw a star fall from heaven to the earth.
Now, what does that mean? Go ahead.
Does that mean Christ coming down?
No. Who knows? Keep reading.
Come. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
What is that? What's the key to the bottom of the pit? The key of destruction. What's this talking about? This is talking about an angel, right? Angels take many shapes, many forms, things like that, right? Now, fall from heaven, is this literal? Is this literally like he fell down, stopped, landed on earth, and then all of a sudden it's like Mortal Kombat on earth. You got, you know what I'm saying? He got the key to the bottom of the pit. Don't let me unlock this key to the Gilgamesh style, like, you know, face day night. Is this that happening on the planet? No. As awesome as that would be, you know what I'm saying? That's not what this is talking about. This is talking about an angel that's gonna release something on earth. You see what I'm saying? This is talking about an angel that normally has dominion in heaven, but now he's given the keys of a certain type of dominion on the planet Earth, and he's gonna release that dominion. He has the key to release that thing that he's meant to release, right? This is a bottomless pit of pain and suffering in the form of something very specific. Keep reading.
Come, verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace.
Out of the smoke of a great what?
Furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
What is that talking about? War. You think Donald Trump is gonna push that button just because he wants to push that button? And don't clip me. I'm not saying Donald Trump didn't want to push the button. That's not my point. All I'm saying is when World War III breaks out, it's gonna be because of a divine thing that happens. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna decide that it's time for the world to be engulfed in a plume of smoke. And it's gonna be somebody that serves God. See what I'm saying? And this is kind of what that's talking about. I'm like 99% sure, but I'm gonna fact check and then I'm gonna double back. But I'm like 99.9% sure. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts.
And what's gonna happen?
And there came out of the smoke locusts.
Now, when you look at any scientist ever, right, and they talk about nuclear warfare, what happens when it's a nuclear war? Locusts arise, don't they? They talk about how certain bugs start arising and coming out. You see what I'm saying? Attacking everybody. That happens a lot in war. The same thing happened in biblical times with Moses. That was one of the 7 plagues. Different locusts coming around eating our crops, right? You can also say that we're gonna see some of these locusts now, which is especially if you live out here in Las Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, I'd be terrified. I don't like it. In the summertime, we ain't getting much this summer. At least not I do. But it comes a time in Vegas. If you live in the desert, maybe anybody else online know what I'm talking about, where all of a sudden, for no reason at all, it's billions of locusts flying around. And they just ruining everybody's day. Go ahead.
Locusts can handle
And where do locusts typically live? Who knows? Underground. Locusts typically live underground. That's why when it's cold, you don't see them. You don't. It's not a grasshopper infestation in Vegas in the wintertime. But when it get hot, for some reason they start crawling out and out of everywhere. Now imagine they can have how much? 10 times? Now imagine there's bombs going off every goddamn where. So it's hot all the time. Radiation. Oh, it's field day for them. They all gonna come out. They're all gonna come out. Now I'm giving you the scientific explanation for it. But here it is 6,000 years ago, the biblical explanation for it. You see what I'm saying? An angel releases this plume of smoke. An angel releases this destruction. You see what I'm saying? And these locusts come out from in the ground. Does that make sense to anybody? Or am I talking nonsense? Keep reading.
And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth.
Come on.
And unto them was given power.
Powerful as locusts. Go ahead.
As the scorpions of the earth have power.
You get bit by these locusts. Somebody never been bit by a foreign bug. It's like the worst day of your life ever. Imagine that times 10. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the
But
earth.
what are they going to not do?
Hurt the grass of the
But what are they going to not do?
Hurt the grass of the earth.
Because that's what locusts normally do, ain't they? They normally eat all the crops and all the greenery, right? But I don't know if locusts nowadays killing the trees. You see what I'm saying? Killing the vegetation. I just know them swarming gas stations. So when I park my car, I'd be sitting there for 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying, breathing. And remember that I'm a grown ass man, so I gotta get out and walk with the locusts. You feel me? I didn't grow up in the I'm South of Los Angeles. I didn't grow up in the South. In Alabama. You know, so I got brothers in Alabama that's like, hey, it's locusts. You can eat those biblically. What? That sounds crazy to me. I don't want to. I don't want to. I just want fried chicken and watermelon, like white people say. That's all I want. John the Baptist is built a little bit different than I am, nigga. Locusts and honey together? Locusts and honey, y'all. It's a powerful nigga right there. And he wasn't in the goddamn truth. That's the cold part about it. Well, he was in the truth until he wasn't. I'll put it that way. He was in the truth until he left the truth. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ever get the joke. Keep reading.
No. It says, neither any green thing. Neither.
Why? Why is that going to happen? Why are they going to inhabit the earth? It didn't say the valley of the north or the city of the north, which we know is America, North America. It said the earth. They're going to spread everywhere, but what they're not going to do, they're not going to ruin all the vegetation. Why? Because we're going to be beamed up, but we got to come back down. You see what I'm saying? We got to come back down to the earth. That makes sense? We're going to need our trees. We're going to need our crops. But guess what they're going to be destroying? Those that was not beamed up. Those that was not caught up in the whirlwind. Those that was not saved from the calamity. Keep reading.
Any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their forehead.
I kind of spoke a little too soon, but that's kind of what I just said, right? Keep reading.
Verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them.
Why? Because a lot of those men are going into slavery. A lot of those men are going into captivity. Becomes a time when the Lord is going to send fishers. That's what we're doing right now. We're fishing our brothers and sisters. We're trying to wake our people up, right? We're trying to convince our people that there's something on this side that the white man will never be able to grant. You know what that is? Mercy. Mercy. But you can't get mercy without sacrificing something that you've been doing your whole life. Like getting high, eating pork, celebrating your birthday, celebrating Christmas, sending your kids out of Halloween costumes. You gotta stop all of that. And guess what else you gotta do? You gotta forgive that brother that you hate for that one thing at that one time. You gotta forgive that sister. You can't be mad at them for the rest of your life. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna have to love each other. You wanna know why? Because we are one people. The Lord is coming back to side with one people versus another people. Where the hell do you think your petty grievances? Your petty grievances. So excuse my what's the word? Pronunciation. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I pronounce that. But it's not gonna be no room for your petty grievance. What if you get beamed up and you want to share it with somebody that you hate? But he is what Israelite. Y'all gonna settle it right then and there? You gonna get kicked off the chariot. You get what I'm saying? You got to put that aside and be willing to forgive your brother. You wanna know why? We only are at odds with each other because of him. That's the reason. We're at odds with each other because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And I challenge anybody to give me a scenario where you are not at odds with any black man or woman because the white man is the devil. You can't give me it. Whether this cat grew up different from you, whether this cat was from a different set than you, whether this woman you thought you loved was a whore, turned out to be, I'm going to tell you something right now. They're only all of those negative things because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks.
That's right.
And they chose that culture. You see what I'm saying? That's it. Keep reading.
So God, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God, and to them it was given.
Don't that sound familiar? Don't it sound real familiar? This angel gonna come down and smite up everything except for those. Like, still, where else do we hear that? You see what I'm saying? You see the pattern? And this is what you gotta understand. The Lord, everybody, Egypt to this day has not been able to recover. Now, I'm in the sales industry, right? I send people on vacation for a living. I send people to Egypt through special packages. You know what they tell me? Egypt is repugnant. It is a desolate, repugnant land. And guess what? People there, they pretend to be tour guides in order to get money. And guess what they'll do? They pretend to be tour guides. They'll guide you somewhere. Because you don't know. You think it's a tour guide. You see what I'm saying? You got to be careful that you ever go to Egypt. Fun fact, just so y'all know. This is a known Googleable fact. Is that a word? Googleable? I'm joking. But y'all get what I'm saying. That's you really have to be careful. That's how destroyed Egypt is to this day. This is scripture. I'm gonna put that in the class that talks about how we're not gonna remember what happened in Egypt no more. Oh no. We're not gonna remember what happened to the walls of Jericho no more. We marched around the walls of Jericho. I'm actually for that to break down rules. You see what I'm saying? We're not gonna remember that. We're gonna remember what the Lord does to the valley of the north, which is here in America. He does to the land, he does to the people that's responsible for executing Deuteronomy 28 and 68. What he does to the people responsible for stripping you of your identity. What he does to the people responsible for lynching you from trees from Alabama to California. You see what I'm saying? That's what we gonna that's what we waiting on. But it can't happen without your sacrifice. It can happen if you don't want it. The God is a just God. He's not gonna take the people away from something they enjoy. Y'all understand the point? God is a just God. He's not gonna take the people away from something that they love. And the moment we stop loving white people as a nation of people, guess what'll happen? The Lord will put his eyes back and free us from our captivity. And it's gonna happen whether you wake up or not. I pray you understand that. Whether you decide to open your eyes or not open your eyes, the time is coming someday soon. We can only pray. Christ is gonna crack that sky. Want to know why? Because we've been doing this since 1969. Right. We've been doing this for so long, and we're gonna keep doing this for as long as it takes. You see what I'm saying? But keep reading.
So God, verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man.
As a torment of, this is another metaphor. As a torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. It didn't say the torment of a man when he gets struck by a scorpion. What happens to a scorpion when he strikes a man? It's kind of like when a bee stings a person. He dies slow. The scorpion not gonna die. But it's not a pleasant thing either. You see what I'm saying? That might have to do some more studies on that, right? But This is how it's gonna be. Basically, you're fighting to survive on Earth. That's what it's gonna be like on the planet. You're gonna be fighting to survive. This is a wilderness that this is talking. Being on the Earth after World War III and you fighting for your life. You see what I'm saying? This thing that's eating up all of the resources. It's not destroying the trees like regular locusts. It's not destroying the crops like regular locusts. So is this locust literal? It's a literal locust? Or is this a locust that's going to destroy electricity? Is this a locust that's going to destroy cellular data? You see what I'm saying? Is this a locust that's going to destroy the US dollar that I normally would use to eat? And guess what? I was a rich man. But then this locust came and ate up all of my money because now money is no good because the US dollar collapsed. So guess what's going to happen? Now I'm struggling. What did the Bible say? 5 months. That's a metaphor for a short time because it's not going to take long to destroy this place. It's a metaphor. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm in pain. Now I'm rotting away slowly. Now I don't know what to do. I ain't seeing people commit suicide left and right. To your left hand and to your. You seeing 1,000 people drop on your left and 10,000 drop to your right. Why? Because the angel is gonna fall from heaven. You see what I'm saying? And that particular locust. What does locust mean? Virus. You see what I'm saying? That's what a locust is. Keep reading.
Oh God. It said, verse 6, and in those days shall we see death.
And then, come on, man. How do you see a white man lose his life savings? And what does he do? Kill himself. You see what I'm saying? Now imagine this on a nationwide scale. That's what's gonna happen. Y'all think the US dollar is gonna be forever, huh? I don't know. The US dollar is gonna collapse one day, and guess what? All of a sudden, Elon Musk, he's gonna be just like you and me. Now there's nothing special about you. Now you can't pay anybody for security to protect you from me. Now the police department, y'all were only in the police department because you was getting paid to be in the police department. But now, all of those black people that you locked up that remember you, who've been in jail before? I've been in jail. I've been there. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been in jail. Hey, pump me up, nigga. I've been fucked up. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on. Wait. We're gonna break this down. Nah, no, you know what? No, I'm fucking with you. I'm joking. Nah, I don't. But look though. It's some CEOs. Is that the car? Some that was in jail. I remember. I'm like, oh, if the Lord let me remember your face in that day, you're fucked. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? You're fucked. I better not see you ever again. You walking down the middle, release. You know what I'm saying? You like, I can't do that. But imagine now money doesn't matter. You can't pay these people to be a government. You can't pay these people to be enforcers of the land. You can't pay these people to be officers of the people. That was just me and you. And we're all the same. That's what's happening. America talks about equality. God is going to bring true equality to America before he destroys it. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? The people that treated blacks and Hispanics like pieces of garbage, they're going to see death. But guess who else is going to see death? The Israelites that sided with those pieces of garbage. The Israelites that sided with the white man and with the government and with all those other people that turned their back on cousin that went to jail because he didn't know no better. He thought he was selling drugs to keep his family out of poverty. I'm not promoting selling drugs, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm saying? Imagine all of the righteous people are on chariots and everyone else is on the earth having to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? Now the scripture talks about the time when we're gonna get brought back on earth too, we're gonna be the wilderness too. That's a whole other heavier breakdown. I'm just trying to break down this brother's question. Keep reading.
Go.
Go ahead.
So, verse 6, when it says, and shall the darkness die,
Mm-hmm.
and yet
They're gonna have to live it. Why? Go ahead.
because believe that this scripture would be impossible.
No.
They believe that.
They think that this means that if I jump off a building and flat on the ground, I'm gonna live. That's not what this is saying. Now, does that mean that's not possible? I won't say that. I won't say that's not possible, but I will say that's not what this is saying. You see what I'm saying? For example, it could be a Edomite that you really want to be your slave. That's what he puts you. And he might try to hang you, and the Lord might not let that roll. But I put it this way, to be more realistic, he just might not be able to find no rope. You see what I'm saying? Might not be no bullet. Might not be no bullets to load his gun with. Christians make us think that everybody in that moment is gonna be immortal. And the angel of death just won't exist. So at that time, I could drown myself in water, but I'm gonna live. And people gonna think you go ahead.
Right. So if I could,
Go ahead.
they believe that paper can be that basically it's going to allow you to not experience death because God wants you to experience pain.
That's Christianity.
You know,
That's not how the Bible works. You see what I'm saying? It's foolishness. You can die. However, this scripture is about white people wanting. Okay. Black people experience this particular verse every day of their life. We're going to die right now every day. If you don't, you can't. You got to live. You want to know why? You got children. You got wives. We got responsibility. So I got to walk through this captivity. I got to walk through this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? I got to keep going. Guess who doesn't know what that feels like? Our enemies. They know what that feels like. They live up and fat in the land. They comfortable. They happy. They're taken care of. They living off nepotism. You see what I'm saying? They're benefiting off of the death of your forefathers. But guess what? We look at the indigenous people on this land right now. They mix in their alcohol with Lysol to try to make the buzz strong. And they don't care if it kills them. They don't want to feel normal. They don't want to be sober. They don't want to face the reality of the fact that they're in depression. And this is a common thing across all of the reservations of the world. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because read that last part again about them seeking death.
Come. And in those days shall men seek death.
Because the indigenous are seeking death right now. But the Hispanics are seeking death right now. But niggas are seeking death right now. But go ahead.
Come. And shall not find it.
But we not finding it. We gotta live through this tournament. We have to continue to suffer. But this scripture is talking about the tides turning. You see what I'm saying? Where now the reservations are going to be saved. You want to know why? Because of John 3:16. The barrios is going to be saved because of John 3:16. The ghettos is going to be saved because of John 3:16. My brothers and my sisters' life can be spared because of John 3:16.
That's
But
right.
you know whose lives won't be spared? MAGA supporters. The Proud Boys. You see what I'm saying? ICE agents. You know what I'm saying? The Ku Klux Klan. They will not be spared. They're gonna have to feel the same things that we have been feeling for 400 years. You want to know why? Because now the tides have turned. Because you decided to change your life. Because you decided, you know what? I'm tired of being in this captivity. I choose my people. And when you decide to choose your people, God will choose you out. Don't ever forget that. By you choosing your brothers and your sisters, the Lord is going to choose you. And guess what? All of a sudden, that angel is going to fall from heaven. All of a sudden, that locust is going to start eating up all the infrastructure of America. All of a sudden, America's resources are going to start dying. The U.S. died, failed me. The Charlie Kirks of Earth died. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Done.
And now a lot of people gonna be wishing they was dead. They die. The same way we don't get to just die. We don't get to just commit suicide. We gotta live through. Keep breathing.
Done. And it says, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Verse 7. And the shapes of the locust.
Drop down to verse 9. It's gonna go on to say, and the shape is gonna be like a horse and like a lion, and it's fast and fierce. It's gonna happen fast. It's all metaphor. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into that for time's sake, because I haven't even touched Ruth. Oh, you had a question about that part?
That was actually part of the question.
So go ahead. Okay, so go ahead. Nations.
Yeah, nations are just like how they depicted their part, Egypt, how God through the curses destroyed the different different gods through what he did when he did every single thing.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. What does it mean that you destroy different gods?
Oh, like basically like things that
I don't want to make sure you understand. What God?
Like
Okay. You slow down. That's extremely important for your understanding, because how many gods is it?
in Egypt?
No, how many gods is it in general?
Oh no, there's only one God.
Okay then.
So
now that you so now here's my question. When I'm asking what God is destroying, right? You know that it's only God. Ain't no gods in Egypt, because I remember we Captain Cesaria and 607 was confused about that. He said, well, okay, the Bible talking about destroying all these other gods, and then God said he's the only God. So does that mean it's other gods, and God defeated all the other gods, and then now this is the main God? Is that what it said? I'm asking you.
No.
So what is it saying? That's not what it says. The question. If there's gods that get defeated in the Bible, right? Like you just said, the Lord defeated all these other gods, destroyed all these other gods in Egypt, right? In Exodus, you could use wherever you want. I can go in the book of Daniel. We could talk about Egypt. We could talk about Babylon. We could talk about whatever age of society you want to talk about. We could talk about the gods of the Persians and the Medes. That's not the important part. The important part is how many gods are there? There's only one God. So I need you to stay right there. So what does it mean when it say it's defeating these other gods? What's that talking about?
You mean when I use that verbiage?
Yeah.
So
The scripture uses a similar verbiage.
right, it's the ideology of the people.
There you go.
It's the ideology of the people of the land, right?
There you go. You got to say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you like.
No,
I'm saying like keep that in mind when you're wondering about these things. Understand that these gods aren't literal. This is just ridiculous things that people. First of all, what does the word God mean? Who knows? How? So these are things that people are giving power to. And the Lord is showing there's no power in any of these goddamn things. That's why the jesters and the servants of Pharaoh coming with their snakes, and then the Lord, they was faking like they had powerful snakes, and then the Lord snakes came and ate their snakes. Like y'all snakes are not even real. You see what I'm saying? To show why. Why? What was the point of all of that? Why couldn't the Lord just smite Egypt and then just leave it at that without all the showmanship? What was the point of that? Go ahead.
So I believe that, from my understanding, is to show that where that the true power lies in nobody. Like that. Show that
Yes, but okay. But to who?
to his people.
To everybody. Yes, to his people, but to everybody. So that everybody can see. Nigga, I'm the top dog. The hell are you talking about? Like the Bible says, God is a jealous God. See what I'm saying? I can get the scripture talking about I think I put this last week too, or maybe a couple weeks ago, where I put the scripture talking about how the Lord I did put this it was probably like 2, 3 weeks ago. When we was talking about how the Lord made one pot of clay for honor and one pot of clay for dishonor. You think the Lord didn't know what he was doing? He raised Pharaoh up to convince all these people to serve all these ridiculous things. He did that just so he could destroy them. But why was Pharaoh needed in the first place? Why did the Lord put the need to build up Pharaoh? Because you were too fucking hard-headed. Because you could not listen. You didn't want to do what you were told. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord sat back and let someone else control you. Okay, he respected him. What if I stepped on the person you respect? What would you have to do? You have to respect him more. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand what the Lord thinks to understand the Bible. You got to understand what the Lord does things to understand the breakdowns in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? But keep it. You got to know?
Right. So, all right. So basically, one of my initial question is, did he use the verbiage of Babylonian manticore in order to depict similarly how he did to the modern day?
What's a manticore?
Manticore was described as a man face, lion body, scorpion tail.
Yeah, exactly.
From
But
Babylonian time.
yeah. Because why? Okay, for example, why did Babylon and Egypt respect lions and sphinx and eagles and why do they respect all of those things?
Because the attributes of power, like
Both of y'all are correct. Raise your hand next time. No, you do. I know you locked in, but because of power. You see a lion kill something. That's a lion. And imagine somebody with more authority than this lion. Imagine this thing with the authority is like a lion. Like you see what I'm saying? You got, like take the fairy tale inside of it. And just think about how you would explain something to your children. Imagine you telling your child how strong your grandfather was, or your father, his grandfather was. Granddad was as strong as a ox. He might picture an ox while he's a child, but as he get older, he realizes not the hell you're saying. The Bible is the same way. You see what I'm saying? And this first nation had claws like a lion and claws like the wings like an eagle. Is it saying this is a creature like an eagle? That's not what it's saying. It's trying to describe authority and power and ability. It's trying to talk about ability. Y'all get the point. Let's keep reading. Slightly. Did I answer your question? Well, I mean, we still answering your question, but did you have something else? All right, let's keep reading.
no, come. Book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 9. And they that had breastplates, as they were breastplates of iron.
And the ones that had the fences, they had the fences of iron. Keep reading.
And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses.
Now, who is this talking about? Who remembers who this is talking about? I know we was talking about the heathen, and we was talking about the enemies, and we talking about the white man. But is this talking about the white man? Is this talking about the enemies? Is this talking about all those people? No. Who is this talking about? Remembers? Drop down to verse 11. Oh, you had to ask me? Go ahead. No. You close, you own it, but no. What is this talking about? Locusts. You see what I'm saying? This is talking about the locusts. Keep reading. Go ahead. We're dropping down the time sake, y'all.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel.
Which is who?
Which is the angel.
Which is who?
The angel.
Which is the angel. Keep reading.
Of the bottomless
Which is
pit.
the angel of the bottomless pit. That's who these locusts are working for. With this yoke of iron that can't be pierced, right? Kind of like roaches. Like, you know how, if you ask any scientist, the only thing on this planet that's going to survive, and I was pissing on her foundation, I was like, Hey, this is bitch. Roaches can survive a nuclear apocalypse. They got iron. What you say? Iron. They got the breastplates of iron. You see what I'm saying? They got it shielded. They protected. And we don't know why, but because maybe they sent like something on high. And I'm not saying roaches are divine. That's not the point. I'm just giving y'all an example. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. Whose name in the Hebrew tongue?
You know what?
Whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon.
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 Who knows what Abaddon means in the Hebrew? I speak a little bit of Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fluent or anything, but I speak a little, you feel me? Like, I taught a couple last walkabout smashes to you. Talk about Shalimar, you feel me? I ain't no Commodore Hazahab or nothing like that. Shout out to Commodore Hazahab. But y'all get what I'm saying. Who knows what Abaddon means? Destruction. Destruction. That's what Abaddon means. You see what I'm saying? This angel's name was destruction. Where else was his name found? The book of Job. You see what I'm saying? The book of Ezekiel. Type in Abaddon, KJV, into your search engine and see other places that this name was found. Because this ain't this angel's first appearance. He's came and destroyed a lot of things. Everybody get the point. Keep reading.
But in the Greek tongue, have his name Apollyon.
Apollyon. Keep reading.
Verse 12.
Now, this is the part you need. Magal. Everything you just read was leading up to this point. You see what I'm saying? Remember, like I told you, some things in Revelations are happening when Christ is already coming. Some things are happening before Christ comes. We're going to find out which one this is talking about. Keep reading.
Verse 12. One woe is past.
How many?
One woe is past.
What is a woe? Abaddon. This angel is causing these world wars. After destruction, one world war has passed. Keep reading.
And behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
How many?
Two woes more hereafter.
How many?
Two woes more hereafter.
Two more woes are coming here after. Abaddon, the angel Abaddon, is responsible for the world of wars that happen here on earth. And those world wars typically come with the things that we talked about. Famine. You see what I'm saying? Locusts inheriting the earth, destruction, society's falling, people wishing they was dead, suicide, all of these different terrible things. But there's two more coming. The scripture talking about two woes past. And behold, the third woe coming. Quickly. You see what I'm saying? It's a little bit before that third woe. Now read verse 13.
Come. And the sixth angel.
And the what?
And the sixth angel sounded.
And the what?
The sixth angel.
Now read 9 and 1.
Come. And the fifth angel sounded.
Oh, so this is talking about different events that's going to happen in the last days. Right? It didn't end at the fifth angel, at the third woe. The sixth angel got to come and do his part too. Why? Because everybody was executing their job. That's exactly what the hell we should do. You see what I'm saying? Read verse 11 again. I'm going to bathroom real quick.
Come. The book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 11. They had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue has his name Apollyon. Verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there are two woes more hereafter. Verse 13. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar which is before God, to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them.
But something you said that's so powerful. The sixth angel was who? Said the one that bear what? The trumpet. You see what I'm saying? What is that trumpet gonna do? Ooh, we're gonna break that down. September 11th at 12:39 East Charleston Boulevard, 7 p.m. The memorial blowing of trumpets, right? Because historically in our culture, in Israelite culture, right, we blow a trumpet. And what is this trumpet? What you say? God, I was gonna say I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna wait to give him a hand. That's an angel that's gonna blow a trumpet, and that's the sixth angel, right? Meaning now we're getting towards the end. We're talking. Everybody gonna hear the trumpet blow, and Christians think it's gonna be this beautiful harmonizing trumpet. No, this trumpet is an alarm. Y'all see what I'm saying? This trumpet is a major, oh my God, something's wrong alarm. You know that alarm go off in your house, you just can't ignore it? Because smoke is, it's the smoke detector alarm. And it's like, God damn, maybe something's on fire. That's what this alarm is going to feel like. Imagine you were asleep. Imagine it's 3 a.m., all your children are asleep. And then a smoke detector starts going on. Are you going to wake up and be like, what the hell? Yeah. Now the smoke detector alarm goes off while you're cooking. It's like, nigga, that's just me. Everybody calm down. That's what's happening right now with the wars and the rumors of wars. That's the smoke detector going on. But imagine when it ain't no smoke detector. Or I should say, imagine when you're not in the kitchen cooking. You see what I'm saying? If that smoke detector alarm start going on. That's what that trumpet's gonna be like. It's gonna be like, but what happened? America bombed Russia. Why? I thought everything was fine. It's gonna be like right now, how you feel. We sitting in class chilling, and then all of a sudden, what if everything just turned to lava? Everything starts going wrong. It's like, but what the hell is going on here? That's what's gonna feel like everybody, and that's why it's important. I'm damn near want to pull in the book of John, where Christ is talking about staying on point, right? But go ahead. Who had their hand up? Maurice, you had your hand up?
No.
Go ahead, please.
I was going to say, like, when you talking about alarms and sounds, it's like the movie Purge. Man, when that siren go off, when that everybody, they like, man,
Oh,
it's
here
terrible.
it is.
Yeah.
Y'all know that? Five. I'm gonna be one of the niggas in the park. I'm gonna be looting. That grew up in the during the LA riots. You know what I'm saying? And all they do is make me feel terrible for being younger than them. That's all they do. All they do is make me feel terrible for not being there. When that verdict came through for Rodney King, oh my God. And it was like, nigga, oh yeah, we looting everything. That's gonna be when Christ come back. It's gonna be that times like 100,000. We got taste when they didn't do Rodney King justice. See what I'm saying? We got taste. It's gonna be that times a billion because there's really no. It ain't gonna be 2 weeks later to start hunting people down that participate in the riot. Oh no, that was really over. You know what I'm saying? You know what the difference is gonna be though? I don't want to be down here looting. I'll do that for a second, but I'm waiting for Christ to crack that sky. I want to be up there. I want to be big up there, looking down, watching. You know what I'm saying? And that's a dark day. Don't get me fucked up. Right? Excuse my language. That's not a day that you're looking forward to, because that's the day that your favorite auntie dies. You wanna know why? Because you didn't change enough to change her. You didn't change enough for the Lord to want to spare her life. You didn't change enough for the Lord to feel like, let me not do nothing to them, because in hurting them and in taking their life, I'll be hurting one of my favorite servants. The Lord didn't see you like that. And that's gonna be all of us. I ain't just y'all, me too. You wanna know why? Because the Lord is gonna have mercy. But that's the reason that we read those scriptures about 2/3 and praying it. If you're a man of God, I read those scriptures and it turns my stomach. It breaks my heart. It brings, I'm not even gonna tell y'all to pull it, because it actually makes me cry. Y'all ain't gonna have me on select. I ain't gonna be no family cry. But I'm just saying, like, that's really how it makes me feel. You know why? Because it is our goal to save all of our people. Just like Joel. People love to talk about Joel being swallowed by the great fish. They never talk about why he was swallowed by that fish. Who knows why he was swallowed by that fish? Why was Joel swallowed by the fish? Who knows? Yeah. I say Joel, however you pronounce it. Why was he swallowed by the great fish? Who knows? This is extremely important if you want to last here. If you want to last here, you need to understand. And only men of God is going to be able to understand. Go ahead.
Didn't people throw him off? Jonah, right?
Jonah. Who else said? Oh, my bad. Slightly. Jonah.
They throw him off the boat?
That's not why he was talking about the fish.
No, well,
How many days did he spend in the belly of the fish? 3. Why? Go ahead.
he didn't follow orders.
I would say you ahead, but I need more before I can.
He didn't it's coming back to this lot.
Go ahead, come on.
He didn't go and correct. He didn't go and
Correct isn't the word. Teach ain't the word.
he didn't go rebuke.
The rebuke is closer, but not the word. It's more specific to something. He didn't go, I'll give it to you, and then I'll let you finish. He didn't go and prophesy.
Yeah.
Now go ahead. He didn't go and prophesy what?
He didn't go and the destruction
Of who?
the people of the city that he was.
Right.
I'm not sure.
I'll take that. It's okay.
Okay, it's like, yeah. The people of the city. He ain't going to prophesy.
Why? No, look. People will say that part. Now, this is the part that I need everybody to understand. When it comes to why we don't talk down on 2/3. First of all, how the hell you made 2/3? But why did he not go and prophesy to that city?
Was it because he felt like it was already too far gone?
No. It's the entire fucking opposite. And this is what you need if you want to be a savior of your people. This is what you need to understand if you actually love your people as you claim. If you give a damn about blacks and Hispanics, you need to understand why Jonah did not want to go and prophesy that they were all going to die. Because let me ask you something. Was they going to die whether or not he prophesied or not? Do you think God needed Jonah to in order to kill some people if he wanted to? Okay, then, so why did Jonah not want to go? Pull it, but I don't want to. Go ahead. You this thing Google and shit. Look at his read. Give him all that. We don't know them, you can look it up. However, and former guard was shot, man. Former guard, you earned the win with that. But that's true. He knew that the Lord loved people enough that you're gonna make me go prophesy that all these people are gonna die. and then they're not gonna die. You wanna know why? You love them too much to do it. Now, this don't make sense to atheists. This don't make sense to white people. This don't make sense to Christians. But if you are a man, you see what I'm saying? If you're a woman of God, if you a child that's good for the Father, this makes perfect sense to you. Your mom ever told you, I'm gonna tell your daddy to whoop your ass when you get home. And you like, what? Me and this brother right here, we grew up in the same household that day. We hear probably gonna whoop y'all ass when I get back. We like, ain't no way. Sit on these stairs steps. We like, swear to God. We like, you lying to me. We like, ain't no way. We sitting there terror petrified. You know what I'm saying? It didn't don't nothing happen at the end of the day. You wanna know why? Because Pops don't want to do that to us. He will if he has to, but he don't want to do that to us. You know how many times my father told my mother, let him know I'm whooping his ass when I get back. And I'm sitting there like this for the rest of the day. I'm sitting there like this for the rest of the day. You know, I'm terrified beyond words. I see it in my son now. My son's 3 years old. And I hear his mom say the same thing. And I look at him and I'll be like, damn, that's how I used to be. And then I blame her. You did nothing. You know what I'm saying? And now it's mad at her. You mad? You gonna be whooping for what? You know what I'm saying? That's the most high. And guess what Jonah knew? Jonah was wise. Jonah was that son that was wise enough to know. You ain't gonna whoop nobody's ass, nigga. You will. I say you won't, but you're not. Because you love us too much. You're not gonna kill us. And why are you trying to make me an example? Why do you want me to go and tell my people everybody's gonna die? And then they don't die. And then I look like a what? False prophet. You see what I'm saying? That's your year 2000 breakdown. That's your Jonah breakdown. That's your breakdown with this verse right here too. That's how you understand this. You understand. The Lord can change. The Lord doesn't change when it comes to his ideology. But can he change his mind? Whether he wants to take your life or not? You can. If you change, that's why we're trying to change our people, man. I don't want 2/3 of my people to die. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to see 2/3 of my brothers and sisters and others to die. I would much rather we all make it on the cherry. And people wonder why it's a pale fest. You see what I'm saying? On our, I don't know what's going on. Y'all get the point, right? Damn, I didn't even get to rule. Like, yeah, I'll get to rule quickly. Did I answer the question? Did I answer your question? What? Yeah, you needed that.
Or did really catastrophic plague?
Oh, I'm joking. Give him a hand. 3 and 2. I knew about 2 and 3. I didn't know that happened in 4. Y'all get what I'm saying? All right, so let's get Ruth quickly. First of all, who was Ruth? Who knows? Does anybody know who Ruth was? We'll give Ruth real quick. I'll spend 10, 15 minutes on it. We're going to run over time a little bit, and then I'll show them. But somebody has to break down was Ruth the Moabite, was she an Israelite, and things like that. Who was Ruth? Go ahead.
Was it Ruth, David?
No. You close. She was the mother of David. Huh? She was the grandmother of David.
Okay, David.
She was the grandmother of David.
David's father.
Who was David? We're talking what David are we talking about?
King David.
King David, right? And Ruth was the grandmother. Now, this is the problem with believing that Ruth is Moabite. Okay, what is a Moabite? I got to sum this up fast because why don't tell me to move on? It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault that we didn't get to the food. I'm messing around. But why? But What is a Moabite? A heathen, right? A heathen nation. Moab was the son of Lot from, what was Lot's daughter's name? From I forget Lot's daughter's name. You can pull the scriptures if need be, or maybe I'll dive more in depth into Ruth next week if y'all want me to. We can spend a whole class on it if that's what y'all want to do. The Moab was born to Ruth. Was born to Lot, and one of Lot's daughters, I believe Rebecca was her name, because they thought the world was ending and it had populated. They got Lot extremely drunk after he left Sodom and Gomorrah, and they had intercourse with him while he was unaware and got pregnant, which is why Chinese people can't see, as far as we can tell. You see what I'm saying? That's why they look the way they look now. Their deformities, they're humanoids of people, right? They're heathens. Everybody gets the point. Now, the discrepancy that Christians make and think Israelites make is other nations can be saved because we know that King David was given a promise and his grandmother was a heathen. And she was promised to be a heathen. She was a Moabite, she was promised something and all of this and all of that, right? And they think that means she was a Moabite. You know what they don't know? They don't know that Ruth was not a Moabite. She lived in the land of Moab. We're going to prove it here now. If anybody has the time, if y'all going to prove it next week, I'll prove it next week. So raise your hand if you got the time to prove it. All right, so we're going to prove it now. Now, who can first show me why Christians and Israelites will say that it's Moabite? Who can give me that? I need a precept, I don't need an opinion. Give me the book of Ruth, chapter 1 and verse 1. Come on. In the days where? This is going on in the book of when? Please understand this. Oh my goodness. This is what no one understands ever who reads the book. I'm talking about people outside of ISUPK and the Commanders Ring. If you ask any priest of God in the ISUPK and the Commanders Ring, you ask them when did the story of Ruth take place, you know what they'll tell you? In the book of Genesis. That's when this is taking place. Precept. Just read it. This is taking place in the book of Judges, right? Keep reading, please.
That there was a
Where? Okay.
he and his wife and his son. Verse 2. And the name of the man was Little.
This is what people don't know. Ruth is a biblical story right after what? Jeff. The bathroom right over there, man. I feel you. He like, hey, you heard? That's a grown man. That's all I do. I got pee now. Hey, listen, give him a hand. He potty trained. I did the same thing. I think I'm potty trained. I stood up and I said, you know what? We have the whole class on pause. I gotta go. I gotta go back. I didn't know what to do. You know, I looked around and said, who can take over for me? And I said, you know what? Just keep reading. We'll figure it out. We're gonna be all right. I hope I didn't offend nobody that was online watching. But keep reading.
Verse 2. And the name of the man was Little.
Uh-huh.
And the name of his wife Naomi.
Now this is extremely important, Naomi. Go ahead.
And the name of his two sons, Malone and Chilion.
Right now the Euphrates.
And of Bethlehem, Judah.
Bethlehem, Judah.
And they came into the country of Moab.
Where?
There. And they came into the country of Moab.
Where?
The country of Moab.
Now drop down to verse 6. This is why they say, well, Ruth was from Moab. Her sister Naomi was from Moab. They were Moabites, right? Keep reading. Go down to verse 6.
Verse 6. Then she arose with her daughters in law. That fight from the country of Moab.
From where?
from the country of Moab.
Read it.
For she hath heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord hath visited his people and given them bread.
Now, this is where any fake Israelite will go to show that Ruth was a Moabite, right? She grew up in the country of where? Of Moab. Case closed, cut. Unless I'm missing something, right? They got me, didn't they? I feel like Heisenberg. You got me. I don't know what else to say after this, right? This is what you don't know, you moron. Where's the country of Moab? Who knows? Now, I forgot we over the time. I got to give you the time so I can make a whole class out of it. The country of Moab is a portion of land that was given to, who knows? Do you know? I see you gesturing.
He said that was given to
who? Oh, go ahead. It was given to the Israelites. When? Quickly. You gotta be fast, Alex. Do you know? Yeah.
49.
No. I think Genesis like 15, if I'm not mistaken. 49 is like Jacob and Esau. No, no, you're right. That's when it was going into the promised land. Yo, yeah. So actually, so like, you're right. Hey, you trying to cut me in my class? Hey, what the fuck this nigga think he is? And that, you know that push-ups, right? Now I'm joking. I want push-ups and sit-ups from everybody. I'm joking around. But no, you're absolutely right. That's correct, right? I gotta be fast about this. But yes, you see what I'm saying? I think he's trying to cut me on camera and see, like, actually, so what you don't know is that that's talking about Genesis chapter 49, verse 37. So my God damn it. I wish the camera could see these niggas laughing right now. But anyway, you're absolutely right, right? The land of Moab is given to the Reubenites, right? When they came from the promised land, you can find it in the Genesis, that's their land. Now, the promised land, when we enter into the promised land, that can be found in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, and verse, like, I could be wrong, 10 to 15, something like that, right? You can fact check me. However, from Joshua to Ruth is about 150 years. A lot of time passes. About 100 to 150 years passes. You see what I'm saying? From them meeting and joining to the promised land, crossing the land of Jordan, to conquering the land of Moab. You see what I'm saying? So the land of Moab becomes the land of who? You know what? Give me Deuteronomy 29 and verse 1.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1.
Go ahead.
These are the words of the covenant
Go ahead.
which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
In the land of Moab.
In where?
In the land of Moab.
In where?
In the land of Moab.
Guess what Deuteronomy is before? The book of who? Guess what Deuteronomy is before? Somebody name something else. The book of Judges. You see what I'm saying? Before Joshua. Everybody get the point, right? Go ahead.
Besides the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And Moses called unto all Israel.
And to who?
Unto all Israel.
Unto all who?
Israel.
Go ahead.
And said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt.
Now drop down to verse 8.
Come. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 8. And we took their land.
Whose land?
And we took their land.
Whose land? Who knows? Whose land? We already said earlier.
Moab.
Oh, we took the Moabites' land. Go ahead.
Come. And gave it for an inheritance.
For an inheritance? What does it mean to give something for an inheritance? Meaning you're going to always have this throughout your generation. Go ahead.
Come. Unto the Reubenites.
Unto who?
The Reubenites.
Unto who?
The Reubenites.
Go ahead.
And to the Gadites.
And to who?
The Gadites.
Then keep reading.
And to the half tribe of Manasseh.
Oh, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, because they didn't have a specific, they didn't have nowhere to dwell, so they dwelt with us, with the Reubenites. They are people too. See what I'm saying? Manasseh is the Cubans, if anybody didn't know, right? But the point is, this particular land, right? And I sent you a map. I sent you a couple of maps. I didn't know if I was gonna get to it or not, but somebody asked me for a route, and I was like, let me see if I can find the maps that I had. I found 2 of them. I have a lot more, but those are 2 I got, man. Pull them if you want. I'll see if I can. You know what? I wish there was a way for you to show those maps on the computer for when people watching online, the map just pops up. You see what I'm saying? Instead of putting the computer in front of the camera. I wish we got to figure that out. But until then, I pray everybody bears with me. You see what I'm saying? Now, give me Ruth 2 and 6, Bible Shop. Let's go back to Ruth. Because fake Israelites and Christians will read Ruth and they'll skip this part. So Ruth 2 and 6, somebody.
Come. It's the book of Ruth, chapter 2, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is the Moabitess damsel that
The what?
The Moabitess.
The what?
The Moabitess.
What does ish mean? Who knows? This is the book of Ruth, right? Go ahead.
Ish means to be a light or like to or pertaining to.
Yeah, to be like pertaining to in that land. You gave a perfect example earlier when you said who? When we were talking about sports, you said, please remember, the liquor ain't got to you that much, nigga. You said the Irish, or you said the Italian,
Okay.
the Italian band. And you said you gave another example. Or I gave it. I said the Redskins, things like that. You see what I'm saying? The point is, New Yorker. Think about a New Yorker. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you're white or Italian, right? Which primarily New Yorkers are. You see what I'm saying? You could be anything else, like a Californian, right? She's Moabite-ish. She's living in this land. Why? Because even though this is talking about a land of Reuben, guess what? This is talking about a land that was given to someone else. You see what I'm saying? So they saying she's likened unto the people that used to live here. Because these people were once cut off. These people were once discarded because they didn't follow God's tradition. You see what I'm saying? So they wasn't one of us, which is a whole nother breakdown. You see what I'm saying? Now somebody give me Deuteronomy. You know what? Give me 34 and 1. I think it's 34 and 1 for time's sake. We got to talk about Mount Nebo because we understand that this land was given to Israel, right? This is a land rooted in the land of Moab. This is what no one understands who says that Ruth was a Moabite. Ruth lived in a land of the Reubenites that was given to Reuben, to the Reubenite people. You see what I'm saying? That once belonged to Moab. So they still called it the land of Moab. The land of Moab. They still called it the Moab. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like people still say the Oakland Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders, nigga. Still the Oakland Raiders. It don't matter how much time passed. They still remember it as that. You see what I'm saying? Now read Deuteronomy 32 and 49 if you could. Mm-hmm. 34. I apologize.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 34, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Moses went up from the plains of Moab.
Unto where?
He went up from the plains of Moab.
To where?
Unto the mountain of Nebo.
Unto where?
Unto the mountain of Nebo.
Now, I want you to do me a favor. This is a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. I want you to pull for me Nebo. Mount Nebo. Quickly, if you could. Moses went to the plains of Mount Nebo. This is after we just read. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading. Or before, I should say.
To the top of Pisgah, that is over against Jericho.
As over where?
That is over against Jericho.
That's over against Jericho. You see what I'm saying? Did you find it yet? Now look. Now the first description of Nebo is some heathen deity. You see what I'm saying? That means something that I don't remember off the top of my head. So read that first description so I can show everybody that's not what this is talking about. Keep reading.
Evil.
A god of Babylonian mythology. That's not it. That can't be what we're talking about, right? Read what you said again on Mount, what Moses did on Mount Nebo. Mount Bishop.
Now, come, Slakia. It says, and Moses went up from the plains of Moab to the mountain of
So
Nebo.
Moses went up to the plains of Moab unto Mount Nebo, right? Now drop down to the second definition. Let's see where Mount Nebo is. Go ahead.
Evil.
Beheld what?
The promised land.
The what?
The promised land.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Keep reading. Super cut to these stupid niggas. Was that it? Oh, that's where we are right now, ain't it? Ain't that where we are right this moment? This is talking about a mountain in the land of Israel, because we conquered the land of Moab. We conquered the plains of Moab. You see what I'm saying? You can read that from Deuteronomy 34 all the way down to like verse 5 or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Now somebody give me Joshua 13 and 29. You see what I'm saying? But I want you, Magar, to pull that map, if you could, and show the map of Mount Nebo. We showed that Mount Nebo existed in Reuben, right? And we showed right now that Moses walked these lands. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
The book of Joshua, chapter 13, verse 29.
Go ahead.
And Moses gave inheritance unto the half tribe of Manasseh.
Unto who?
Unto the half tribe.
He gave part of his land to Manasseh. Keep reading.
And this was the possession of the half tribe of the children of Manasseh by their families.
Keep reading.
And their coast was from Mahanaim,
Mm-hmm.
all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og,
Of Og, the kingdom of Og, right?
king of
Do
Bashan.
you have that map? Did I think you? Show it, Baba Gashar, real quick. And I want you to zoom in on Mount Nebo. Keep reading now.
And this was the possession that of Israel of Manasseh by their families, and their coast was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 3 cities.
You read to 32.
31. Gilead and Ashtaroth and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan, were pertaining unto the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, even to the one half of the children of Machir by their families.
Now look, this is all referring to what happened after Deuteronomy 34 and verse 1 all the way down to verse 5 in Mount Nebo. Because Mount Nebo was the plains of Moab that was east across Jericho. You see what I'm saying? Across the Jordan River. Now, if you look at the map the brother's showing, I pray you can see it. I sincerely apologize if you cannot. We can clearly see that the land of Moab that we conquered, right, in Mount Nebo, this is where Ruth lived. This is the land of Ruth where Ruth resided. And we're going to get into it a little bit further. You see what I'm saying? You can stop right there. Now, as a matter of fact, pull the definition. Did you already pull the definition of Nebo in the Zonogram? You pulled that for me? Give me give me number 21 and 20 if you could. Somebody give me numbers 21 and 20.
The book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 20. And from Ramah in the valley that is in the country of Moab.
And where?
In the country of Moab.
Now you can pull it in the Zonogram Bible Dictionary too if you can find it fast enough. You can pull Bamath Baal in the Zonogram Bible Dictionary too. It's going to tell you the same thing where this is happening at. You see what I'm saying? It is going to tell you the same thing that I've been saying. in the land of Moab, right? Where?
To the top of Pisgah, which looking toward Jeshimon.
Which is Mount Nebo. You see what I'm saying? This is the country of Moab. And you can find this in the blue letter dictionary. You can find B'mat Ba'al in the Zondervan fashion. You got it? Read it, Robert Bashar.
This is the month of contact by vision, a place in of the Arnon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Balak to Balaam in number 21.
You got more? Is it second definition? Oh, okay, I might put that in the wrong spot, but that's no sweat. But read that again from the top.
But Ba'al, of the Arnon. So it's Balak. Balaam.
Oh yeah, a place in Balak is Balak to Manah. So if you're looking at Zondervan 21 through 20 and Joshua chapter 13 to 29, it's telling you this is taking place in the land of Nebo. You see what I'm saying? It's to tell you it's the same exact spot. But when you look at why Christians will look at Ruth and try to say that she's a Moabite, you see what I'm saying? Even though the Bible will tell you this is talking about a land conquered by Israelites given unto Reuben, a land that belonged to the Chinese, conquered by us and given to our people. Why would we still say this is talking about heathen? Why would we still say Ruth was a heathen? Why would we disgrace our ancestors saying that Ruth was a Moabite? Why would we do that? And I'm going to end the class on this once we get the answer. Go ahead.
Because our people, a lot of our people have no respect for themselves. And then we just love the heathens more than we love ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Who else? Why do we do this? We don't want to do that. And it's also this. We don't believe in ourselves. You see what I'm saying? You have faith in the God of the Bible. Because that's what you're a representative of. You are a representative of the God of the Bible. But we don't have faith in that. So we need to have faith that our lineage maybe comes from a different people with better lineage. We find out Moab is Chinese. You see what I'm saying? And then, wait, maybe Ruth is Chinese. Now I can get behind this. You want to know why? You still have deep insecurities about yourself and about your people. And there's no way possible that the promise, first of all, it can't be that because the Lord, first of all, in the Old Testament, if you were a mixed child, so to speak, you have to be put to death. That's according to the Bible. And that means everybody in this room. You see what I'm saying? That means everybody in this room. So how can King David, who Christ sits on the throne of, be the grandson of somebody that's a heathen with that logic? It's not possible if you know the Bible, which Christians do not. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. You have something?
And it, my mind goes to, why would they even have a whole book named after them in the Bible?
It don't even make sense.
Like,
It don't make sense. But guess what? It makes sense to those that are oppressed, like in Revelation chapter 9, 1 through 11, and they live in a life of disparity. You see what I'm saying? And they seeking death, but death not coming. That's how we living right now. And guess what? Death ain't gonna come. Because the Lord wants you to face your torment. The Lord wants you to face yourself. The Lord wants you to face the fact that maybe you better than everybody else. Maybe you don't need for Ruth to be a Moabite. Because the Bible or the Zondervan Bible Dictionary does not say that. Maybe you don't need for Christ to be a white man. Because the book of Revelation chapter 1 and 14 does not say that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you need to have faith in your true ancestry. Maybe you need to have faith in the fact that you are a black man or woman from the tribe of Judah or Issachar or Naphtali or Manasseh. You see what I'm saying? Or Benjamin or anything else. Maybe you should have faith in that and have faith that the Lord will do the same thing to your enemies as he did to the enemies of Moses, as he did to the enemies of Aaron, as he did to the enemies of the 12 tribes of Israel that were residing in Egypt. He'll do the same thing to the enemies here. See what I'm saying? That's what we're going to one day find out. Once again, though, we are the ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. until. I got to say until now. It's past 9 o'clock, don't it? 7 p.m. until. God damn it. But y'all get the point, man. We're going to be here. We're going to be educating our people, man. And we look forward to the day where we're going to fill up these classrooms. We're going to fill up all of these chairs with brothers and sisters and children and gold and decoration. Want to know why? Not because that's what I want, or that's what my God wants, that's what anybody in this room wants. But because when I see that, I know it's another black man or woman that's not getting high on drugs. I know it's another black man and woman that's not an alcoholic. I know it's another black man and woman that's not sitting here destroying themselves because they're too depressed to face reality. Now they're here to change their lives. You wanna know why? Because this place is gonna burn to the ground one day. And I hope you understand that when I say black, we're talking universally. Because Hispanics and natives are black too. I'm a Native American. But everybody gets the point, right? And with that, you got the security announcement, right? We're gonna end on that. How about Shimmy Shak Batala, the brothers? Shalom and Shimmy Batala, Shimmy Shak sisters. We're gonna be here at 1239 East Charleston Boulevard, September 11th for the Memorial Blowing of Trumpets. I'm gonna be hosting class on that day, along with Precinct Officer Bakar and Taza Ward, and we're gonna be here feasting. You know what I'm saying, as well as other things. I have to tune in. You know what I'm saying, to find out. Please tap in tomorrow, Wednesday law class with your questions. Either Precinct Officer Shabal and myself will be here Thursday scripture breakdown for all your questions in one class. That's it. Clap it up.